We're gonna now build our self-confidence. Woohoo! Let's do this. Okay, so a lot of us, we have imposter syndrome, or we're leaders in a certain area, but we don't feel like a leader, right? So a lot of that comes with a lack of self-confidence. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna take 3 steps in improving and boosting our self-confidence. The first one is we're gonna stop beating ourselves up. What that is we're gonna catch ourselves every day when we say something negative about ourselves. For example, oh man, I'm so stupid. You're gonna catch yourself, okay? This is funny because I just said that a couple of minutes ago and I had to catch myself because I made a silly mistake. So it's really important. And whatever else it could be. Oh man, I can't believe I did that. Okay, that's also negative. So every time we do that to beat ourselves down, we're gonna catch ourselves. It could be at home, cooking, at work, or maybe you're not able to hike a trail like other people, your fitness is not there, whatever it is, and you're like, oh man, my body kind of sucks, oh man, look at that belly I got, or whatever that is, okay? Or yeah, I don't know, my career, I want to advance. Any of those areas where we talk to ourselves negatively, explicitly or implicitly, we're going to catch it, right? That's part of building self-awareness. A lot of us actually talk to ourselves negatively multiple times a day. But we don't even know it because we don't have that level of self-awareness. And it's extremely important to our self-defense, having that self-awareness. So this is a great exercise in building some self-awareness. So we're just going to try, right? Just first day is going to be super hard. You're probably going to miss it. At the end of the day, you're going to look at the video and say, wait a minute, this was my exercise. Did I say anything negative to myself? Second day, you might catch one thing. You might say, oh, yes, I was focusing super hard. Man, I wasn't that productive because I had to constantly think about what I was saying to myself. Usually the easy way is to track your emotion. If we feel down, or if we feel kind of bummed out, right? If you just feel a negative emotion, oh great, okay, what am I saying to myself right now? Potentially you'll say, oh yeah, I just said, man, I don't really think I have the ability to do this, it's too hard or something. Okay, so see if that tracking emotion is easy and it helps you track what you say. Maybe even use a partner. If you live with people, tell them, hey, this is my exercise for the week. Every time you hear me say something negative, please remind me. And that'll be great awareness, situational awareness exercise for them, awareness externally for them, right? So just that, we're going to track every time we say something negative and then convert it to something positive. Goes back to our goals list. So you can write it down, say, hey, you know what? Every time I say that I am not a good software developer or whatever that is, and so you're going to write down as a goal, I'm an amazing software developer that gets promoted every 3 years and writes code that contributes to whatever that is, okay? So that's the first step. Catching our negative talk, replacing it with positive. As soon as I say, man, I'm so stupid, I'll say, I'm not stupid. I'm actually very smart. I made a mistake. What's the big deal? Okay, very important to then catch and rephrase and talk to ourselves positively immediately after. Okay, the next step is we're going to emulate people we know that we want to become like. So any persona, right? Let's just pick Oprah because everybody knows Oprah. So let's say I want to talk like Oprah. Or actually, I personally had, Shaquille O'Neal. He's a big guy. And he has this deep voice and just the way he talks. It was mesmerizing for me. So that's the person I used at some point to emulate because I didn't want to be all girly and come across that way. And I didn't have that personality anyway. So I couldn't resonate to that. So I wanted, there was something missing for me many years ago. It was something about, I want to be confident and, but when I look at women, they have a different way and it just, anyway, that's just an example. So pick a person. Maybe it's somebody who just clicked right immediately as soon as I told you this. Could be anybody. Doesn't have to be a famous personality. You say, you know what? I love this person's personality. This is the kind of person I want to be, right? I want to be just, super strong and powerful, and I want to have this deep voice, and I still want to be friendly, and I want to be funny. Okay, whatever that might be. Emulate a person. Just pick that person first. And then kind of say, okay, I'm going to have a conversation today with my son who's been messing around, drawing everywhere all over the house and throwing things and causing a mess. And I'm just going to sit here like I'm Oprah, and he's going to sit across in his chair, and he's going to be my interviewee, and I'm going to talk like Oprah. Now, what would Oprah do? Right, the classic question. What would Hillary Clinton do? Or whoever is your persona, okay? It doesn't matter. So pick and emulate. What is that going to look like? How does that person talk? How does that person feel? Well, they don't berate themselves every day, I'm sure. So that is something that will help you in a conscious exercise. If there's something that you want to do consciously and you say, I don't have the confidence to do this, then in the moment, emulating that person, becoming that person is going to help us get through that. And the final piece of this is to remove that terror barrier, right? It's also called feel the fear, but do it anyway. Okay. So what that is we need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It happens in the discomfort zone. So let's say we have a fear of public speaking or something simple like I want a promotion, and in the software field, really, men get promoted all the time. And this is a common issue, right? That a lot of men get promoted, women don't, because men ask for it. I know coworkers who have been every single week in their meetings asked for a promotion. And they've told me too, they're like, yeah, you're supposed to do this. Every meeting I ask, okay, now what? This week I did this, now what? And I just thought that was exhausting. Guess what? Those guys, that specific person who told me this, got promoted super fast, way faster than anybody else. And I just saw that general trend. First, I thought maybe he is really smart and contributing that much. And I just noticed the general trend several years, 5+ years that I worked at Microsoft. Men would get promoted, women wouldn't. And all of these men said that they just bring it up several times, at least once a month, if not weekly, about promotion. So now this is a self-confidence issue. We're so scared to go in and talk about a raise. I mean, I remember when I worked for a law firm, I was actually hired as a tech consultant, but my title was something paralegal, and it was just confusing. The person who hired me left, and they didn't know what to do with me, and they went through a reorg, and then they didn't know what to do with me again. And I think they made me a legal assistant or something, and I'm writing code. I'm automating paralegal processes, right? And my plan was to save $250,000 a year, because they would save in all these mistakes and all of these things. So I had a plan mapped out, and I was writing scripts and stuff. And with the reorg and with this new personnel, and just nobody understood what I was doing, and they just wanted me to make phone calls. Like, you're supposed to call, what are they called? Officers, like USPTO examiners. Or like, oh, you're supposed to make these 20 calls a day. And I'm thinking, why would I call some random exam? That's not what I'm here for. So that was a point in time for me to step up and say, okay, here's what needs to happen. And I was working for a partner level, who was a partner at the firm. And I had to really step up and say, okay, I'm not a legal assistant. I'm a technical consultant. This is what I was hired for. I understand the reorg and the original person who hired me had left, and all of these changes happened. This, right? So it takes a level of self-confidence in that case to come up and say something, especially when your boss is big and scary and has some prejudice, right? Or we think they do. So this is a great situation to practice, because we can't jump from being this person who's scared to then, yeah, I'm just going to go next week. I have a meeting with my boss tomorrow. I'm just going to ask for a promotion. You can try it. And if it works, great. Excellent. Now, if you feel like that's not for you and that's too scary, a lot of us feel that way, then there is an intermediary step to take. So that's why I brought up public speaking as an example. We don't want to just give a TEDx talk or a TED talk. That's not where we want to go if you're scared of public speaking. We don't want to talk in front of a large audience. But what we do want to do is maybe invite a couple friends, my closest friends, 3 or 4 friends over, and just do a presentation. And the presentation could be whatever, right? I mean, pick something. Just tell them, hey, I'm working on this. And as part of this, I want to do a presentation, so that when I do presentations in my meetings, when there's 30, 40 people that show up at work, I don't freeze, I'm not scared, etc. Or as a teacher who has to present in front of a classroom and other teachers, whatever that is. So you can start small, take baby steps. Okay, so let's recap. 3 things. So the first is a general daily maintenance aspect, because we want to overall just have a higher level of self-confidence and just build a better self-esteem and self-worth for ourselves. So we're just going to catch every time we say something negative about ourselves and involve other people, so that when they listen, they can help us too. Catch it, maybe even write it down, and convert it immediately and say, No, 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 no. I'm totally capable. I know exactly what I'm doing. Convert it to a positive phrase. So this is just a general daily maintenance so that overall our self-confidence in general comes up. Now, if there is an immediate thing coming up, we know that there is something that's coming up that I absolutely need to do, then we're going to do our best, which is we're going to emulate a person. Okay, this meeting is coming up. This meeting is about promotion. I mean, I can't avoid it. I have to talk about the work I did, for example. Then you're just going to emulate. Okay, what does it look like? Oh man, this principal level developer at my company or this partner level lawyer, man, they're just, look at her or him. I love their personality, and I'm just going to pretend I'm them and have a conversation that way. This is how they talk. And so that's what we're going to do just in the intermediary, and then come out of it feeling great and maybe even get some great feedback. Okay. And finally, we're going to tackle our fears. What are our top fears that we absolutely need to address because it's putting us in a position where we can't progress in life, personal progress, professional progress, all of that is progress. So tackle those fears step by step. So take a intentional action and say, okay, today I'm going to talk in front of a camera. This was really hard for me, by the way, before. Now I look like a pro and a champ. If you watch one of my first videos that I put up on YouTube, I mean, I sounded very mechanical and I was trying to be not so mechanical and it was not working. But, I pretended because I saw all these other YouTubers and how they were talking, and I just came up and emulated them on camera. And that was a small step for me too, because I knew my channel was small. So that's an example for me. So that's what you want to do, and get started. Just get started. If you have any questions, of course, always reach out to me and I'm going to help you out. All right. Have fun with this. Here is one of my students who watched the self-defense video and decided to ask for her own promotion. Within a few weeks, her promotion was approved. Yes, she was really not confident about asking for her promotion and she kept making excuses. But this video helped her break through. Even during her interview, she used some of these strategies from this video to stay calm and focused. So go ahead and do that for yourself. Are you overdue for your promotion? I challenge you to ask for it. Leave a comment below on when you're going to ask for your promotion, when are you committing to do it, and we will hold you accountable. Let's do this together. Feel free to check out our other empowerment and self-defense videos, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.